Hey guys, it's Fish and I'm back with a new series, this one to replace the Dig or Dies, which just finished a couple of days ago, so I'm recording this I think 2 days before it finally does go out. I've decided to have a bit of a play of Hearts of Iron 4 for you. Now I have had a few games on my own just to try and figure out what this game's about and try and get my head around the interface. At times it is a bit of a weird, clunky interface, but as a Paradox game they will work on it and obviously fix those issues, because if you had a look at, say, CK2 when it first came out, that's probably 2.5 years, almost 3 years old now, or even EU4, which is I think 2 years old now. Those games are almost unrecognizable from what they came out as. So this isn't a game developer that just pumps and dumps and then just moves on to the next project. They work on this quite a bit, although they do get some money from the expansions. So I picked it up while I was away, and I didn't get a chance to play it for about the first month, so that's why this is coming out a little bit late. I'm by no means an expert on the game either, so if you're here for expert tutorials or whatever, that's not me, that's not what I can even provide at this stage. Maybe one day, but for the moment I'm just sort of still learning how to play the game. Now, one of the things I have noticed in a lot of the games I've played is if you play as a democracy, you just sort of sit there for about 2 or 3 years of the game time with waiting for things to happen. So I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to be pushing a bit of a weird ahistoric type deal with fascism. A traditionally democratic country that's going to be fascist. So before we start, I'm going to be picking Gathering Storm as opposed to the Blitzkrieg scenario, because I like those first 3 years of the 3.5 years of history to try and change how things work, because if you pick here, war starts in about half a month, so you haven't got a lot of time. Alright, Gathering Storm. Dark times are coming. In Europe, Hitler has consolidated his powers and attention is now increasingly drawn beyond Germany's borders. Mussolini's Italy continues to embark on daring military adventures, while the Empire of Japan stands poised to attack China in Asia. Almost 20 years have passed since the end of the Great War, and the world is yet again being doused in gasoline. A single spark may be all it takes, and indeed that is all it takes. So let's select that scenario. I'm not going to be picking any of the majors. I'm going to be picking Greece. I want to see what I can do with Greece in Europe. Now, I'm going to do my best. Whether I finish this or not comes down to how well I actually do in the game. I am going to pick Iron Man mode as well, so I get some achievements. I haven't actually done an Iron Man mode with this yet, but I do want to turn historical AI focuses off, because I'm playing Greece. I'm going to turn it fascist. That's already making it really weird. Let's see where the whole thing takes us. Now, do I put it onto regular? I have only ever played on recruit, but I'm thinking maybe regular might be the way to go. Let's see how we go. Oh, you can't get achievements on recruit anyway, so if we want achievements, we've got to do it this way. Alright, let's do that now. No historical focuses, Iron Man mode, Greece. Let's get started. Yep, let's save and play. I have had a bit of an Italy scenario, and that was kind of fun. I learnt a lot from that, because playing as a bit more of a major party is a lot different. Alright, so before we get started, what we want to do is we want to focus on the usual stuff. So you want construction, speed, and you want machine tools, and you want electronic mechanical engineering, because it gives you 2% research speed. Doesn't sound like much, but overall, over the long run, it does increase things. Now, let's have a look. What do we got? We've got 2 navies, probably one with subs. Yep, 6 subs, and then a pretty it's an okay one for a country this large. And I'm not going to create a commander just for that. There really is no point. Alright, cool. So let's get our armies together. We'll put them into under a commander, and we only have one. What is he? He's a hills fighter. That is actually quite good. And owner Albania. They have claims on that, so there's not really a lot. Cool. Okay, and national focuses. Let's have a quick look. I'm a big fan of getting the industrial stuff, but to get myself to fascist, I'm really going to have to push down into this. Where is fascism? Oh, national focus. There we go. Yep. Nationalism spirit. So we have to go with that. Not a lot of choice on that one. All right. What do we want to produce? I'd say convoys for the moment. I only have one naval dockyard anyway, and we only have 4 military factories. So let's put 3 into that. We have some free civilian factories, and I've been watching some of the other YouTubers on this, and I got to agree that building civilian factories seems like a good idea, but overall it's just going to take you too long to get there, so I think military factories is the way to go. So let's just punch ourselves right up to military factories, and that'll be all good. We've got insufficient resources, we need some oil. What are we making that has oil? Oh, that. Yeah, okay. Alright. Do I really want to trade away one whole... I really want just oil. I really just want to take oil. That's why I want to move up into the Caucasus. But that's a long way off yet. Who are our neighbours? Nobody sells oil in our neighbours. Alright. Who do we have good influence over? Iraq. Yep, cool. You can sell me 8 oil. Cool. Alright. Now, our army here, 12 men. Not too bad. I am going to replace that with... Actually, before we do that, let's have a look at what our actual makeup of our armies is. So we've got... Yeah, not really that good of a makeup. Oh, we've got recon already. That's good. So we're going to have to work on that, because I want to have the optimum makeup, which is going to be something like 7 infantry, 2 artillery, and a tank. It sounds weird, but it actually does pretty good. Now let's paint that, and we'll have our... I actually find it really hard to paint with this. We'll just have that battle plan. So I do want to take over Bulgaria, you might have noticed, and Romania is definitely on the cards as well, and that would definitely get me some oil, because if we have a quick look here, they have 70 oil, so perfect. Alright, we have very, very low manpower, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay, we're building factories. We're doing okay on this. We don't really want to recruit at this stage. What have we got in surplus? So we don't really have that much infantry equipment, but we are going to turn that cavalry into just a normal infantry. And we go ahead. Now I'm going to play it on speed 5 just for the start, just because not a lot happens early on. It starts off a little bit slow, but you can see that because I've set that front line, my armies are now going to sit there and just hang out. Now we do need to get fascists as quickly as possible, so our first points are going to be spent on getting the fascist demagogue, and that's going to give me a bit more fascism in my country, which I already have a lot of anyway. I already have 23%, so Greece can go fascist quite quickly. How quickly do we gain? Our manpower. I think it's an end of the month thing. So 2552. So about 0.2. So what's that? Not even 2,000 men. It's about 200 men. So not very much. We're not really getting that many. That's a problem, but there's not a lot we can do about that at this stage, and we will be able to win this war with Bulgaria very, very quickly, I think. But I don't know that we're going to be able to justify a war goal until we go fascist. So that is the problem. We are just sitting here waiting, looking at things like our factories building, which, that is happening. So it looks like we can build a factory every 6 months or so. And that's probably the biggest issue that I have with the start of the game, is you just got to sit here and wait. Alright, so the Germans have remilitarized the Rhineland, so they weren't allowed to militarize this little zone here on the other side of the river. Because they haven't got historical focuses on, maybe they won't go down that road. But I find it very, very hard. The next one, they'll want Anschluss, because you will get Anschluss. That's like a free absorption of Austria here. So why wouldn't you take it? Why wouldn't you take it? Because what has it got? Actually, not very much, but I'm sure it's got a lot of factories. But I paused it, so I wasn't even moving while I was... Oh! We finished our national focus. Let's go collectivist. And that is going to buy me some more time. Buy me all the way... Oh! Okay. Okay, Spanish Civil War this early. That is very early, actually. The earlier it is, the worse it is for Spain, because Republican Spain just cannot hold up if it can't get a later revolution. So they're going to lose. There's not a lot they can do about that. We've got enough points. We can actually go to a demagogue now. Fascism increases this. Greek people have a noble history, a history they've been made to forget under the weak and cowardly rule of that guy. They claim to represent the people and can so feeble a state enforce the will of the people. Only by spilling the blood of those traitors we can fulfill our destiny. The fascist speakers in Greece have made no secret of what they think of our current rulership and political system. Speeches like these have tapped into public dissent. That is particularly pronounced in the more conservative sections of the military, and that is really, really good. The higher-ups have unspoken for fascist coup, internal support, popular support. I actually don't know what the difference is, to be honest. I've gone with younger fairly often, but I wonder now, because that would probably make a coup d'etat. So I'm going to go with that one, the higher-ups. Because I do want that coup to fire. Alrighty. How are we going? How's our production going? Production's up to maximum on both those now, which is good. Getting convoys is also good. Italy's just taken Ethiopia, if we go down and have a look. Ethiopia used to be, in this region here. It's now no longer. And there's very little Ethiopia can do about it. I have seen a guide that you can set up as Ethiopia and beat Italy, but then, what are you going to do? Not a lot. Alrighty. Here we go, that's our first research coming in. Let's just let that keep going, I think. Now, do we want that? Or do I want to try and get some of these? Oh, we don't even have tanks. We don't even have Great War tanks. That is awful. That is awful. I still think another 3% might be worth it, even if it's... Nah, let's get that tank started, because we do want to get a tank into our armies. Because it is going to make our guys better. Now, are we starting to stockpile weapons? No, we're not. We're still short by about a year's worth of production. So, Yeah, we're really getting hurt by this, but I think our first military factory comes online on the 1st of June, which is good. And I don't think our next research is too far away, giving us a bit more efficiency, which should give us a bit more speed on building the weapons anyway. I really wish it went a bit faster. I see it going faster on other people's, so I think my computer just struggles with this. We've got Turkey down here, so a big part of it is going up into Bulgaria and Romania, maybe even Yugoslavia, depending on how things go, and then pushing into Turkey and making ourselves like this Byzantine Empire type thing. Nationalism focus, cool, let's get that started. That'll get us, there we go. There we go. Now, we want more factory output, and we can have, yeah, so we definitely want that one. National spirit outranks the government. Okay. Did we just have a coup? We did not. But I think it's pushing for a coup. Once this national focus here is done, we'll start gaining a nationalism bonus at twice the rate. There we go, there's our first factory, which is good. So let's put that into weapons. Because do I even really need support equipment? I'm not even sure that anything is taking it at this stage. But that's okay. Just waiting for this fascist coup, so then we can start fabricating on our neighbours, and the game can get going. Now we're almost there. We can almost get something else. So what do we want? What do we want? Industrial, maybe? We can modify our government now. So, material designer, infantry equipment. Small arms research is probably the way to go at this stage, because we will be going into that very, very shortly. What else can we look at? That's alright, I can let it keep going. Chief of the Army, offense. Well, we definitely want offense, but military theorist. We definitely want that too. Maybe artillery. Artillery could. It's either infantry or artillery. Let's have a quick look at our research. Now, am I gonna? I don't think I really produce all that much as Greece. Where do I see that? Yeah, here it is. Produce 0 oil, a lot of aluminum, or aluminium, silly Americans, and a lot of chromium, which no one really needs until the later game anyway. So I don't really see that as too much worth it. So, actually, do we want artillery? Let's have a look. Maybe our artillery research might be something. Oh, we definitely do. Okay, so we're going artillery. I went to the wrong tab again. Modify government. Let's go with an artillery designer. Artillery is very powerful in this game, because most armies are just men, and men are soft, and artillery tears up soft. Oh, come on. Once that nationalism focus, we'll start seeing this come up a bit more. And this popularity effect are scaled to 50%. So the higher your popularity gets, start a civil war. I don't really want to start a civil war. Will not be held. E becomes, because I don't think we have enough. I don't think we have enough support to become fascist. We'll just start a civil war, and that'll be bad, because we will lose that. Alright, there we go, nationalism focus. And they started the purges, so the Soviet Union are going to be in a world of hurt. But I think we're going to leave the episode there. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help the channel, especially on this first episode. If this is the kind of stuff you want to keep seeing, the likes and the comments really do let me know that this is stuff that you're very, very interested in. If you're new here, down below you'll see the subscribe button. If you subscribe, you'll get Fish Gaming videos in your YouTube mailbox every single day. Alright guys, I've been Fish, this has been Hearts of Iron 4, and I'll catch you next time.